Hello, everyone, and welcome to this new episode of Open Book Entrepreneur, where we actually look into how the business owners are managing their business and, what are their successes and also what struggles they're going through and how they're going through them. So today we have Scott Resnik with us. Hopefully I pronounced the surname correctly, and he's in New York. And Scott, please introduce yourself to the audience a little bit.
Hey, Tony, thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here. So you got the name perfect. Scott Resnik from New York. I'm the president of Twin Shores Marketing. I have a small business marketing agency that focuses really on kind of the little guys in the world, if you will, and leveraging marketing technologies for them.
Excellent, fantastic. So thanks a lot for being on the show. And also, can you tell us what inspired you to start your own business?
For me, it's important. I have three kids. My oldest is in college now, and I really wanted to have kind of a legacy project, if that makes sense, as I get older. I've always had a sense of community. I've been a volunteer in the EMS and the emergency medical services world for 30 plus years, served at Ground Zero, and really liked the sense of help. Being in corporate marketing is fantastic. It's very lucrative, but you're essentially helping shareholders. So about a year ago, I decided that I wanted to start a legacy project where I could help small and local and distant businesses level the playing field and give them an opportunity to grow in a very difficult space filled with a lot of confusion, especially as technologies and AI emerge. So that's kind of the reason why I started the business.
Excellent. And what's been the biggest sort of business success in your journey so far?
What's great is when somebody reaches out to you and they've invested time and money into their business and they're running into problems that either help them grow or even kind of stay alive today. It's a difficult, world we're living in. And when we sit with them and when they think you're coming to them and like everybody else that you need to bring in 5 or 6 different companies to accomplish the goals they need to help grow the business, and we're able to sit with them and say, no, if you work with a more traditional agency that has a background in things like branding and product messaging and everything else, as well as bringing in digital and the newer technologies that everybody's getting thrown at them, we're able to figure out a plan that gives them a very clear path to what they need. And usually it's much, much less expensive than they ever thought possible, which means they have more money to invest in lead acquisition through either paid ads or other ways of getting those leads. So what we really do is we're able to have them convert more leads, which means they're successful. So the best thing is when I work with a company, and there's a few that come to mind, where they were in position A and they weren't sure what was going to happen. And in a very short period of time, they're able to, give me a call and say, we're talking to people and we're getting more business and it's helping us, because then that helps us be able to take them to the next level and add on, more services to keep that stone rolling, if you will.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, it's wonderful to share the successes and stuff. So can you also tell us what motivates you when you are actually facing some obstacles or things are not going your way or something actually crashes in the business?
I think I have, a long understanding that good things don't always happen overnight and they take time, and you've got to make a decision when you start a business. And this is a conversation I actually have with business owners that, work with me. When you start a business, there's never on day one, a dollar for dollar conversion. So if you spend $1 on something, you're going to get $1 back. You have to be prepared to invest in growing your business. So for us, as an example, this whole past year, it was about investing in our AI infrastructure. So with AI playing such a big part in what's going on, we wanted to, from day one, introduce AI to every one of our clients. So we have an underlying platform that we train this AI on every one of our clients. So no matter what we're doing for them, AI is assisting us in doing it efficiently and in a much more effective way than if we weren't using that. So, you know, we understood that was going to be a very significant investment year one. So you have to go in knowing you're going to have wins and losses along the way, and you can't give up. You have to keep pushing through, because that will help you in your messaging to your clients too. That when things aren't going right, you have to be able to pivot, and you got to be able to accept those wins and losses. It's just like everything else. My youngest son plays competitive travel baseball. I coached him up until a certain point, and then I had to tell him, you're beyond where, I should be coaching you. And then you hand them off to somebody else, right? That's not a loss. I didn't lose my son to another coach. I hit a point where my limitations existed, and it was time to move past that. So I think in business, you have to be willing to use that same philosophy. And then for him, right, which represents almost the client, you're going to have wins and losses along the way. What comes up is, what do you do the next time you're up at bat?
Yeah, absolutely. I agree 100%. So, you touched some very interesting subjects here. First of all, at the moment, AI is very sexy subject, but also it brings a lot of possibilities for businesses and stuff. So can you tell us some examples of how AI is helping your business and how AI is helping, companies that you're working with?
Yeah. So one of the things that I'm an old school marketer, been around marketing 35 years, worked on, billion-dollar products. And what successful products have in common is they have a brand story. So I'm a big believer in brand story when it comes to, understanding and making a plan. Now, brand story development historically has been very, very expensive. You have to hire a brand story expert. They come in, they do tons of interviews, and it takes them months to analyze everything, create a brand story and a brand book and everything else. AI, part of what we do as part of our training is we utilize an AI platform that we call TSM AI. And we essentially are able to teach the AI, and we have the AI set to generate a brand story for our clients. So we're able to look and say, is your problem that maybe you're seeking the wrong clients and you just don't even realize it? You think this is the ideal customer avatar for you because that's what you think. But when we look at you and we analyze you, actually, this is your ideal customer. And when we're able to do that, we're able to really make a difference. So we use AI to make sure the brand story is accurate. So we optimize their spend and we don't waste their spend. And when we do that, that brand story then enables us to use that every step of the way with a client. So, AI, as an example, now we are training AI virtual employees. So what cost, a couple of $100s a month, we can not replace, but we can add a full-time employee that works 24/7 to a small business that can't afford to bring on another employee. And this AI employee, we're training them on the brand story, on the deliverables for that client, and everything that that business needs. So that AI employee can 24/7 engage a lead without any lost time. So speed to lead is key in anything today, right? People want instant gratification. TikTok. Somebody looks at TikTok for 3 seconds, boom, they've moved on. There's no time to wait anymore. If somebody calls a business and they don't answer, you can't leave a message, right? Because what are they doing? They're hanging up and calling the next business. And then somebody does answer because they've got either a call center or something. So speed to lead, AI employees are really hot and big right now. And we've got, what we think is the best in the industry. These are the way that AI are bridging the gap between a small solopreneur business and a big business that has 50, 60 headcount at every position.
Excellent. And how so you just mentioned your AI employees are the best in the industry. Like, how do you differentiate yourself from the competition?
Yeah, so AI employees are everywhere now, and the question is, what does the underlying build look like, and how well does it work with the other things that you're going to do with that client. So there are a lot of these AI employees. You could even essentially build one your own if you know how to utilize some of the the GPTs that are out there and the LLMs that are out there. But number one, we take away all that, right? So you come to us and you say, this is my need. I need a service employee that's going to handle service calls, that's going to live transfer to me if it's an emergency, to our whoever's on call. So where before the phone would ring and automatically forward 24/7 to whoever the on-call service person is, we eliminate that. We can break down the call. Is this really an emergency, or is this something we can notify the service tech in the morning about so that they don't have to leave and then bill that client for an emergency visit? We're able to put steps in. We're able to handle live call transfer when available and when needed. And we're also able to send a full detail of everything that AI employee has done with an inbound call to a client. And then the step up is now we can engage incoming leads with outbound calling agents that are trained on sales philosophies and trained on the business and the core messaging that can call outbound and make appointments or even sell products to a client.
Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you for sharing all this. And also, like, if anyone wants to get in touch with you or learn more about you or your business, like, how they can do that?
Yeah, so feel free to email me at scott@twinshoresmarketing.com. Our website is twinshoresmarketing.com. Our software platform is getjacko.ai. So you can visit any of them. Feel free to email me direct or set an appointment up on our website. We'd love to talk to anybody that needs help. We do a lot of free consultations. Not everybody's ready yet to jump into working with a marketing agency. So we're happy to talk to people and kind of, help them figure out a path to when they're ready for that next step and what they need to do to get there.
Exactly. Wonderful. Thank you so much for being a guest here today, Scott. Thank you all
My pleasure.
for listening and watching this episode, and see you in the next episode. Bye-bye.